Good morning, everyone. Today is Mat Pilates. Not sure exactly what we're going to be using today, but if you do have a flex band or something you can use that resembles a flex band, have that here. If you have weights, grab the weights. It's always good to have your props near. If you have any type of ball, if you have kids, you've got some sort of ball. If you don't have it, don't worry, you can absolutely do this workout without any props as well. So let's start our Mat Pilates workout. We're going to lie down on our mats. We're just going to start establishing our breath here. So when we begin our Pilates class, we want to begin it in a neutral spine. Neutral pelvic position, natural curve in your spine. That may or may not mean that you have a space between your lower back and the mat. Doesn't have to have a space. We're looking at the pelvis here. Pubic bone, hip bones in line with the spine, shoulders rested down. Taking it into that breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the pursed lips. When we exhale through the pursed lips, on the exertion of the exercise, to connect that exhale to our pelvic floor engagement. So those kegels, that little internal squeeze. When you exhale, you want to squeeze at the same time, internally, to really contract the abdominals from the inside out. Last piece of the puzzle in our positioning, and this is the key, this is the foundations to your Pilates workout. If you're not doing this, you're not doing Pilates correctly. So the last piece of the puzzle is going into the imprint. So you inhale, exhale, squeeze those deep pelvic floor muscles, and now press the lower back down onto the mat, curling the pubic bone up towards the nose, making sure there's no space between the back this time. This is your Pilates imprint. Inhale, rest it to neutral. So the Pilates imprint is all three of those things. It's the breath, that exhale. It's the pelvic floor engagement, that squeeze, and it's the imprint, the pelvic tilt, back flat. Inhale, back to center. If you're new to Pilates, we're just going to flow back and forth a few times like this. If you're new to Pilates, just try to make sure that you're keeping the back flat to begin with. The breath and the pelvic floor connection. It is a lot to think about, so it comes in time. But most importantly, we want to keep the back supported, so we want to have that back flat down onto the mat. Press down into your imprint this time and hold. Have your hands either beside your hips or underneath your head. We're going to crunch it up. Look towards the knees, hollow your belly down to your spine. Inhale, lower the head down. So crunch. If you have any neck sensitivity, you're always going to want to bring the hands behind the head. Just avoid doing this. Exhale to crunch. Inhale to slowly lower. So flowing with this, just warming up those abs. Inhale as you lower, crunch it up. Make sure you're really slow here, so you're emptying all the breath out before you inhale and lower the head down. And connect, flow with your breath. So as you finish your exhale, you inhale and lower that head down. Keep going like this, crunch it up, slow. Inhale and lower. And as you crunch, use that exhale to hollow your belly down into your spine, pulling in those abs. Nice and slow. 5 more. Inhale, that's lower. Crunch it for 4. 2 more here. If you have your weights, you can always use your weights when we add an arm extension to add a little bit more intensity. If you prefer to add that little extra, I want you to come up on the next one, hold here. You can stay here and just hold. You can have one hand or both. With the weights would make it more intense, reaching that arm up towards the ears without dropping that head down. So we want to make sure we're staying in that same upflexion position. We're just adding weight. So adding intensity for the upper abdominal muscles here. For 4, inhale, lower. Stay with your breath. Exhale, lift up. 3. Inhale, down. 2. take it to a little pulse, a little crunch. 10, crunch, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay with your breath. 10, inhale, lower down. Let's float that right leg up to tabletop. You're going to crunch it here. Make sure that back is still flat. Inhale, lower all the way down. Crunch. And lower. We're going to do sets of 5 here. You can always stay with this variation. On the next one, we're going to come up and extend the leg. The leg is going to come out in between 45 and 90 degrees without lifting that lower back. Firing now those lower parts of the abdominals as you extend the leg so that the abs have to hold a heavier, longer lever now, so those lower abs have to fire. 2 more. Send the breath through those lower abdominals. Keep the leg extended this time as you lower your head down. And now we're going to pull it in and extend it out. Exhale, in, press it out. 2 breaths. We're going to end it with a pulse. On the next one, we stay in, pulse it. 2, crunch. 3, 4, lift. 6, 7, 8, 9. Stay lifted, single toe tap. And lift. Making sure you're moving slow. You're not going down too low that the back pops up. So if it lifts before you get down to the mat, don't go down all the way. Always drop your head down also. We'll do one more here. And then head down, toe down. Let's move to the other side. Crunching for 5, just keeping that knee in tabletop. Inhale, lower it down. Exhale, crunch. Look towards the knees. Keep that neck in neutral. Fist distance away from the collarbone. 3. Last one, we're going to add that extension now. Out, extend. Bend it back. Crunch and press it out. Bring it, inhale back. Engage those lower abdominals. Keep the leg extended this time. Lower the head, reverse the direction. Crunch, pull the knee in, 1 breath. Exhale, squeeze those lower abs on the extension. Last one. Pull it in, crunch it. 2, 3, lift, 5, 6, 7, 8. Head down, toe down, tuck the shoulders under. Let's bring it up to a nice yoga bridge here. All the way up to stretch out that lower back. Stretch out the abs. And then slowly, slowly roll yourself down. Go back into that imprint. So back flat, core zipped up. Float both legs up this time. Feel the shoulders up. I forgot to do the toe taps on that single side. It's okay, it's only 5 of them. We'll even it out here. Crunch. Hold for that full breath. Look towards the knees. Stay lifted on the next one. Bringing both arms, or one if you're supporting the head and neck, up towards the ears without dropping the head, using those weights to add that intensity if you like. Keep the back nice and flat. Exhale when you go up. 2 more. 1 more here. Crunch it, pulse, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Legs stay up, head comes down. Resting upper abs, going to toe taps. Lower fibers here. Nice and slow. Down. And up. Down, slow, exhale. Quick inhale, exhale to lift back up. Try to follow my tempo as you do this. If you go fast on this exercise, you're really not going to be able to work those lower abs the way you're supposed to on this exercise. So down, slow, inhale, exhale, pull it up. Exhale, lower. Make sure your shoulders, your neck, everything in your upper body stays relaxed. And ensure that back does not lift. So if you go down too low, the back might lift up. You're going to work the back muscles instead of the core muscles. Nice, slow. Point your toes if you can. If you feel cramping and your feet can flex or even just relax if you need to. Down, slow. Inhale, exhale, pull it up. One more each side like this. We are going to keep going. So if this is working for you, stay where you are. If you want to add a little bit more intensity, we are going to come up to a crunch. So here, same toe taps. Down slow, up slow, down slow. Should feel a little bit harder here because now we've got that upper part of the abdominals working and the lower part of the abdominals working at the same time. Stay with your breath. We're going to do one more each side. Let's relax the head down. Relax the legs down. Bring the soles of the feet together. Let the back just naturally arch out here. Rest the hip flexors in that Supta Baddha Konasana. Tuck the shoulders under. Make sure they're relaxed. And down. And take 2 more breaths here. And then flatten those feet back down. Go back into your imprint. We're going to start a little series with single leg stretch. So staple Pilates move, one of the basic Pilates moves, but tons of different ways that we can do this move. So we're going to explore a bunch of different ways. The first round of these, we're going to keep the shoulders down. When we keep the shoulders down, this is our opportunity to focus just on those lower parts of the abdominals. So make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Lift the legs up. You can have your hands wherever you like. I'm more comfortable with them behind my head. That's why I do this. So one leg extends out in between 45 and 90 degrees. We hold for that full exhale, and then we bring it back. We're going to extend, press out, hold, and inhale back. Your angle in between 45 to 90 degrees. Easier is higher up to 90. Harder is lower down to 45. But always that same rule of thumb is making sure that your back isn't lifting up when you extend your leg out. So if it does lift, that's a sign that your leg angle, your range of motion is too big, it's too far down. So just bring it closer up to a 90-degree position. When we do just the lower abs here, we're going to go extra slow. We're going to hold for that full breath. Inhale, bring it back. Press, extend, hold, point through those toes. Every time you extend your leg up, use that exhale to contract your abs a little deeper in. We should not be feeling any work in the back. Going into your imprint should support and keep that work in the abs where it's supposed to be. So you should be feeling the lower abs, maybe the legs a little bit too. If you're not used to keeping your legs lifted, if you're pointing your toes, your legs muscles will be engaged also. So try to keep everything engaged here. Use that breath. Extend and hold. Bring it back to center. Press. Check your shoulders. Make sure they're not lifting or tensing up off the mat. One more each side after this one. We're going to rest. Bring it back to your center. Relax one leg at a time. Widen those knees. Again, we're going to go into this in between our single leg stretch exercises because it works a lot of the hip flexor, or it asks a lot of the hip flexor. So if you have sensitivity, which a lot of people do in this area, it's nice to give it a break in between so we can come back with a full energy when we get to the next variation. So if that last variation with the shoulders down was enough for you, you stay there. Otherwise, we're going to do exactly the same legs. This time we're going to peel the shoulders up. We go a little faster with the single leg stretch here. You might be able to bring your angle of your leg a little bit lower because the spine is curled, it's flexed. It's easier to maintain the imprint. You can absolutely have your hands beside your hips, your hands beside underneath the head. You can have your head down at any time if you start to do this, and even holding your neck is too much. And we exhale with each extension. Push it out. This variation should feel a little bit harder. Smooth transitions with the legs on this one. No stopping in the center. Few more rounds. Pull that belly down into the spine. Four, and switch. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to center. Head down. Relax the legs one leg at a time. Bring the soles of the feet together again and rest. You can wiggle around a little bit. Stay still. Whatever you need to do for your release. And then again, same legs. Legs aren't going to change. All we're going to do now is take it into a twist. So an oblique twist. If the full twist is too much for you with the legs, you can just keep your legs in tabletop and twist, or even legs down on the mat. You're still going to get that upper torso, that oblique twist. So the hands come behind the head, fingertips nice and wide, elbows wide. Find that imprint. Zip the core up, float the legs up, heel up in the center, and we twist. Twist. Again, this is smooth transitions with our movement, so no stopping in the center. Keep your lower part of your back on the mat, but when you twist your shoulder blade, the opposite shoulder blade will lift up off the mat. Elbows wide. Make sure the elbows aren't touching the knees, because you can see what happens here. My movement shortens. I actually get less oblique work when I try to get my elbow to my knee. Don't get sloppy with your movements. Keep that back flat. And try not to pull on the neck. Twist. Keep those elbows wide. We're going to do a few more. We're going to add a little pulse, because why not? Twist. Twist. 4, and twist it. 3, and twist it. 2. Last one, stay on one side. Pulse it. 10. Small pulses. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. Breathe. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it back to the center, lower down. This time, let's take a bridge to stretch out. Still going to rest and stretch out the hip flexors, but it's a good idea to add some extension, some balance with all the flexion that we're doing, all those crunches, because we've got a few more variations of single leg stretch to do. Lower down. So if you have weights, this is an exercise, this is the variation that you can add weights onto. We're going to be adding arms. So arms already are going to add an intensity to this, but the weights will add even more intensity if you wanted to. So optional to add that in. You can absolutely have one hand behind the head, as you'll notice me doing if your neck bothers you to stay up. It will be harder with both arms up. So go into your imprint. We're going to do reps of 4. So the legs come up, legs exactly the same. Grab my weight. So we're going to go 1, switch, 2, 3, and 4. Arms up, don't drop the head. 2, 3, and 4. Arms down. Nothing should change in your upper body as you reach those arms up. 3, 4, reach. Arms. 2, 3, and 4. Arms down. 4, 2, 3, reach. Up. 2, 3, 4. 2 more rounds. Arms down. 2, breathe. 3, arms up. 2, 3, 4. Last round. You should feel those upper abs. 2, 3, and 4. Reach the arms up. 4, 2, 3, and 4. Bring it down. Rest. Roll it open. So next variation, single leg stretch, same legs. Legs are not going to change at all. The only thing that's going to change is our upper body. Now we're going to, we'll do reps of 4 again. Keep it consistent. But this time, we're going to do single leg stretch into obliques. So the movement, the only thing that changes is our upper body. We go from staying still to a twist. So you could have your hand behind your head the whole time. If you like, you can actually switch between arms here and arms here. I'll kind of do both, just so you can follow along. So make sure you're in that imprint before you bring your legs up. Hold up in the center. We're not going to twist first. We're going to hold. 2, 3, and 4. Now we twist. Twist. 2, twist, 3, 4. Center. Hold. 2, 3, and 4. Twist. 1, 2. Keep those elbows wide. 3, twist, 4, and 1. So you can change the arms too. 3, 4. Twist it. 1, 2. Twist. 3, 4. Single leg stretch. 2, 3, 4. Obliques. Twist. 2, 3, and 2 more rounds. Arms down if you like. 2. Twisting. Last round. Here it is. Arms. 2, 3. Support that head if you need to. Twist. 2, 3, and 4. Bring it back to center. Let's rest it down. And again, soles of the feet. You turn the palms up. Rotate those shoulders. Let them retract down. And rest. We do have a few more variations. I could go on for the whole hour with variations of single leg stretch. That is why it's one of those Pilates staple movements. We get creative with it, play around as much as we want in this exercise. So the next one I'm going to do a little bit, we're going to start getting a little bit more funky with our movements here. So it's still in the single leg stretch family, but we're going to do it a little bit different. So we're only going to do one leg at a time. So you're going to float the legs up. Just follow along with me for this one. Float the legs up. Extend the right leg up. So we're going to do the right leg. Hands behind the head. We're not going to come up just yet. You're going to pull the knee in and extend. Now up and down. In, single leg stretch with a leg lift now. And drop. In, out, up, and down. In, up, and lower. Two more without the upper body. In, out, up, and down. Feel the shoulders in. Crunch, extend, crunch, drop down. Crunch, extend, crunch. If that's too much, just hold like this. Out, up, down. That little extra crunch is really going to work through those upper parts of the abs. Pull. In, out, crunch, up, down. 2 breaths. Crunch on the exhale, lift on the exhale. One more. Bring it back. Let's rest in between. We'll take a nice bridge, yoga bridge, all the way up to stretch. And slowly bring it down. We're going to flow right back into that imprint. Zip up the core, back flat. Float the legs up. It's left side this time. So we start with the head down. You're going to extend and pull in, out, and left. 45, back to tabletop. 45, up to 90. Down, pull in, extend, lift up. Stay with your breath. Down and in, push, out and lift, down and out. One more like this, then we're going to add the upper body. You can add that crunch or leave it up. So come up here, either crunch, don't drop down, crunch, don't drop down, or just hold. Still working the upper abs here, just holding that little extra crunch. It's going to make a difference. 2 breaths. Crunch, extend, 90 degrees, and down. Crunch, extend, crunch, and lower, crunch, extend, crunch, and lower. Last one, crunch, extend, and up, and down. Bring it back, relax those legs, resting here. Well, let's do one more variation of single leg stretch. So again, it's a little bit, we're swaying a little bit off from the traditional single leg stretch here, but that's okay. It's going to be oblique. Oblique twist single leg stretch. Go into your imprint, bring your legs up. Now you can have both legs extended or just the one. So we're going to go to the right side first. So if you have both legs out, you're going to crunch up here. Hold that double leg stretch. Make sure you're not too low with your legs. Twist and in. Twist and in. If it's too much with both legs, in and center. In and center. So in and out. Twist. The right knee comes in, extends to double leg stretch. 2 breaths. So you've really got to hold the weight of those legs as you go into that twist. So the legs are not going to go out too low. One more on this side. We're going to go right to the other side. In and out. Crunch. Extend. Two more. And bring it in. This time, take a big stretch out. All the way out. Stretch that spine, stretch that body. Let's take some roll-ups. So we've been down working those abs for a while. So your roll-ups might feel a little harder as you come up. So if you need to, you can always use your weights. That will help you, aid you coming up and down in your roll-ups. Let's do 6 of these. So 6 of these at your own pace, nice and slow, trying to get the lower back to touch down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, slowly pull it forward. Rounding. Relax the shoulders, come down, move slowly through the movements. Don't worry if you're not coming up all the way. The point is to not come up using momentum. So momentum means coming up quickly, and I will show you the difference. So slowly here, I'm almost getting every vertebrae to touch. Momentum is like this. So I'm literally just swinging myself up using momentum, and that is canceling out the muscle that would be working if I did this properly, like this. It's way harder. So if you do that experiment at home, try doing one, whipping yourself up, super easy. Anybody can do that. It's actually dangerous, especially if you've got any back issues, you're whipping yourself up and down like that, not a good idea. You could strain your back. So we're gonna stay lifted on the next one here. And we're going to come on to our hands and knees. So we're going to do a little bit of arms, a little bit of legs in this position. So grab your weights, improvise. If you they don't have to be these Pilates weights. You can use traditional weights, barbells, little dumbbells, cans, anything that's weighted. Water bottles. Do what you got to do at home. So square off. Make sure your knees are directly underneath your hips and your wrists are directly underneath your shoulders. Let's leave the weight just for a second here. Tuck the toes under, connect to your core. We're not in extension, we're not in flexion, we're in between. So we're in a neutral. Belly engaged, pulled up. Press into the mat, lift and hover the knees, hold for 1. Hold for 2. 3. Inhale to lower it down. Exhale, lift again. We're going to do 3 of these. Connect to your core here. That's what you should feel the most. So you're up. So your knees are about in line with your ankles, your heels. Inhale, lower. Every time you breathe, feel like you're contracting that belly up a little deeper to the spine. 3. 2. 1. Inhale, lower it down. Now take that weight into the right hand. Staying in that same position, but we're going to lift and lower. To add more, you're going to add the opposite leg lifting, challenging our balance, working through that core. So you'll feel your supportive arm doing work too. 2 more. Pulse it. Arm and leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, lower. Switch arms. Switch legs. Bring it out to the side. Lift and lower. Lift and down. Up. Exhale when you come up. Don't sink in that supportive shoulder. Two more. Pulse it. Up. 2, 3. Arm and leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, lower it down. Leave the weight for a second. We're going to come back to that hover. We're going to come back to the glutes. If it's too much hovering the knees, then do it with your knees down. We're going to do those side lifts in a hover. So connect to your core here. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Little pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, lower the knees. Take a rest in between those. Same thing on the other side. So we're in that hover. If you can stay in that hover, it makes the exercise a lot harder because we really got to work the core, the supportive quad muscle you'll feel, and that working glute. So lift and hover, and out, down. Make sure the knee isn't too high. 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, lower down, come back to the weights. So do the opposite leg. So I have my left, I'll do my right. This time we're going to bring the arm out to the side, the leg out to the side, little circles, 8 in one direction, 8 in the other direction. Lift up and circle 1, 2, 3, 4. This can be done without the weight. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring it down. Switching sides. Circle. 1, 2, 3. Not too fast. 5, 6, 7. Change directions. 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring it down. Rest the weight for a second. We're going to go back to the hover. And again, if this is too much with the hover, you can do it with your legs down. We're going to be lifting the leg up and down like this. But we're going to do it with the opposite knee hovered. So it makes, again, that core work a lot harder, stability, all that stuff. So press in, make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Lift up. It's about that maybe 5, 6 inches at the max. Don't let your knee go higher because the tendency is going to be just that. Up and down. Point your toe. 6, 7, 8. Rest down. Let's do the other side. 10. If you get tired before 10, you stop. Strong in the upper body here. Belly in. Lift and hover. Up and in. 4. Halfway and take a child's pose here. Stretch it forward, rest it out. We're going to go back to our weights. So this time, right arm with the weight, left leg. We're going to do opposite. So we're going to lift up here and lower. Lift, hold, square off your hips, and down. Lengthen through your body. Stay up on this one. Pulse it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back. Tricep, hamstring. 2, 3. Keep the elbow right beside the rib cage. 7, point that toe. 'Bring it back, up, up. 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop the weight and lift. Lift. Point that toe up to the ceiling. Lift. Up, up. Keep that core tight. Don't let your back arch. 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it into a child's pose. Rest, because both legs will be working on that one. The supportive leg has to work to support your weight. So when you get to the other side, and same thing with the arm, when you get to the second side, sometimes it feels harder because we've already actually worked that first side in our movement. So come back up, reset that position. The weight goes in the left. You can do this without the weight also. If you did it on the first side, got to do it on this side. Don't even yourself out. Knees underneath the hips. Make sure we're not in extension, we're not in flexion, we're in between, but the belly and the core are engaged. 5, extend it out, hold. Inhale, bring it back. One more, stay out, little lifts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it back. Bend, hamstring curl, tricep. 2. Keep the neck nice and long, belly pulled up. 5, point that toe. 6. Square those hips. 7. Keep the arms straight, pull back, pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep that toe pointed. Bend the knee, drop the weight, push up to the ceiling. Up. Lift. Lift. Don't let that back arch. Small little movement, getting that good mass. 10 from here. 2, 3, 4. Strong in your upper body. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it all the way in and pull back. Take that child's pose. And then we're going to come into a seated position. So seated position here. Let's do some half rollbacks. Always remember with your half rollbacks, you do not want to feel your back. You should not feel your back. If you're feeling your back, something is going wrong. You're not in the right position. Same positioning that we would do on the mat. When you tuck your tailbone in between your legs, you pull your pubic bone up towards your nose, that flexion, that little pelvic tuck, that's what you're doing in a seated position. It's a little bit harder because you don't have anything tactile to feel that your lower back is actually flat on the mat. You can bend your knees, makes it for a little bit easier flexion. You can experiment with that. Bring the arms out. We're going to scoop down. Bring the arms up. Make sure your feet don't lift. Bring the arms down. Halfway roll it up. halfway down, arms reach, shoulders drop, down, halfway up only, don't release out of it, down. If you notice here, feet start lifting, you're down too low. If it's too much and you can't hold this position, bring the arms up, you just come down and up in the half roll back, that's fine. Like this, down, half roll back, half roll up. The arm reach is adding that intensity for the upper abs. So exhale, I usually do 3. Inhale up. Lift, nice and slow. Down, reach, lower, halfway up, down, one more, down, reach, lower, all the way up, stretch forward in a nice full forward fold this time to stretch the hamstrings out a little bit. And we're going to come back down for a little oblique twist and the same thing. Same position. Maybe you bend your knees on this one also. Start high in the sit bones. Roll down. Twist to one side without moving your hips. Bring it back. Roll it all the way up. We're going to start restacking of the spine in between our twists. Same thing here. You don't want your feet to lift. If you want to add more, you can reach and lift the same leg as you're twisting to. That adds a little bit more intensity. Bring it in. Roll it all the way up. Rest down. Scoop under. Twist and reach. Bring it back to center. Roll it all the way up. Down slow. Lift. Keep going like that. Down. Bring it up. Roll it down. So let's stay down. No breaks in between now. Come down. Twist. Center. One more each side. Roll it all the way up. Stretch it here. We are going to go back down. Same position here. We're going to add little tiny pulses. Leg up is optional. That would be more of an advanced variation, lifting that leg up. Scoop under. Stay here. Up an inch, down an inch. 2, 3. Look back over that shoulder. Small. 5, 8, 9, 10. Bring it up. Inhale. And exhale. Scoop under. Other side. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. Breathe. 5, 6. All the way up. Stretch it forward. We're going to do those little tiny pulses in the center this time. So come back, roll it down, tuck the shoulders, and now we go up an inch, down an inch. Bend those knees if you're feeling that you can't tuck that tailbone under. If you do this correctly, you find that sweet spot. You should feel nice ab works right in the mid part of the abdominals. Shaking. That's normal. If you find that right sweet spot, that's what should be happening. A little kind of trembling. Bring it forward. Stretch. 2 more sets of those little tiny pulses. If you want to make it harder, you're going to bring your arms up a little bit higher. Scoop under, but make sure your feet don't lift. Up an inch. Down an inch. 2. 4, small, slow, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it forward again. We got one more set of these. And if you want to make it even harder, you bring those arms up a little higher. Scoop it. And lift down. 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bring it all the way forward. This time, let's bring the soles of the feet together. Shake it out in a Baddha Konasana. That one does take a toll on those hip flexors. If you're tight in that area, you may have felt those start to bother you as we inch towards the end. That's normal. Just stretch it out here. Fluttering out also helps to release it out. And then we're going to extend those legs and roll ourselves down one vertebrae at a time. Lower, slow, 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 and slow. Bring the hands behind the head. Go into your imprint. And let's crunch up with the right side only. So we're going to do a little combo here. So you're going to crunch up here. One breath, crunch. Lower the head, stretch the leg out, crunch it back, and then toe tap it down. Don't rest that leg. So crunch, extend, crunch again, toe tap, crunch, extend, crunch. Don't let that back lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more coming down. We're going to stay lifted. And out, and in, and lower. This time, in, out, crunch, toe tap. In, you can add that extra little crunch. It's tiny. Up, and down. If you want to add even more. In. Reach, in, and down. So that arm reach. In, stretch arm and leg, pull it in, and lower. In, reach, in, stretch, in, reach. Last 2. 1, reach it, bring it in, and lower. Last one, in, reach, in, all the way down. Bring that left leg up. So you crunch, extend, crunch, toe tap, crunch, out, crunch, lower. Saying that in prayer. One breath, extend, squeeze the lower abs, one breath, and down. Don't rest that toe down, just touch it for like half a second, using the lower abs. Let's stay lifted. Crunch a little extra, extend, crunch a little extra, lower if you want to add the arms. Crunch, reach it, crunch, reach it, up, keeping the head lifted, crunch, up, reach, in, extend, in, and lift. Back should never be lifting, especially on those toe taps. 2, and 1. Reach in. Lower it all down. Lift up into a bridge. Tuck those shoulders under. Stretch that back out. We're almost done the class. Let's do a few more ab exercises here. Roll it down nice and slow. 1 vertebrae at a time. Flowing right back into your imprint position. Bring the legs up. And we're going to just have them bent like this in tabletop. Hands are going to be underneath your head or above your head. Don't have your hands here. Probably a good idea if you support your neck to have them underneath because we are going to be adding a crunch into it. So we're going to start with just a roll over and a lower down. A little lift. So don't worry how high the hips lift. Up slow, down slow. Move with control. You don't want to jump your hips up like this. Because again, that's momentum. Whenever you use momentum, it's easier to do the movement. You're just basically jumping those hips up. So since we did lots of single leg stretches in this workout today, let's do another one. So we're going to do rollover into single leg stretch, but we're going to also pair it with double leg stretch. So this time, we're going to lift up, single leg stretch, lower down, up, single leg stretch. This time, double leg stretch. Legs are not going to go as low. Up, roll over, single leg stretch. Up, roll over, single leg stretch. Up, roll over, double leg stretch. Lift, lift, double leg stretch. If you like, this time stay lifted. Lift the tailbone, single leg stretch. Lift the tailbone, single leg stretch. Lift the tailbone, double leg stretch. Lift the tailbone, single. Up, reach, full double leg stretch if you like. Up, single, up, single, up, double. Maybe we do it with single leg stretch too. Up, reach, up, reach, up. One more round. Up, reach it back. Bring it all the way back. Lower it down. We're going to throw in the hundreds to end off our workout today. So hopefully it doesn't cut me off. If it does, thank you for watching. Otherwise, right into your hundreds. We're aiming for 100 pulses here. If you have your weights and you want to add on intensity, add those weights as you pulse. In your imprint, legs can stay right here. Legs can lift up into tabletop. They can go straight. They can go on an angle. Wherever you need to go to keep your imprint, to keep your core working as best as it can, you can always bring one hand behind the head as you pulse. You can always lower your head down if you get too much in that neck. You can always change your leg position. So wherever you are, keep pulsing. Look towards the knees. Try to keep that neck and shoulders relaxed. Stay in your imprint. Stay with your breath. Keep going. We're almost there. Keep going. Last 20 pulses. Up. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's bend those knees. Relax those legs all the way down. Move the weights to the side if you're using them. Tuck the shoulders under. Lift it up. Stretch that spine. Come all the way back up into a nice yoga bridge to stretch it all out. And then slowly roll down, one vertebrae at a time. Bring the knees in. Stretch out here. Look towards the belly. Let the shoulders separate. And then here we can use a little bit of momentum. Roll up. Lift up with the hips first. Stretch here in a nice forward fold. And hold the backs of the legs or the toes or the feet, wherever you like. Nice and slow, start rolling back up. Restacking that spine up to a tall stand. Lift the shoulders, roll them back around and down. That's it. We are all done. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again.